voiced his desire to retake control of the waterway, which is key to global trade. The Panama Canal cuts across the Central American nation and is the main link between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. America's top diplomat said Panama had to act or the U.S. will take necessary measures to protect its rights under a treaty between the two countries. Development back home in Nigeria, the decomposing body of Honorable Justice Azuka, a member of the Anambra State House of Assembly who was recently declared missing, has
attack a community, and it's an indigene of the community that was arrested.
He was accused of colluding with the bandits, with the headsmen.
Then where are the headsmen? That should be the question. Where are the herdsmen? So for me, what the Nigeria security is doing is a pick and choose. That's exactly what they are doing, and it is very, very unfortunate. The issue is this: the national security advisor was deceiving Nigerians when he said that insecurity is that the fight against insecurity is being won. It is a lie. Insecurity is growing more. No answer to this. Nigeria is now like a Thomas Hobbes concept of state, where life is brutish and short. So every Nigerian is now living in fear. Every year we hear billions of naira being budgeted for security, and nothing is really being done about it. The issue of the Anambra, the one that died. For me, the Anambra State House of Assembly is very, very complicit. Their member was kidnapped since December. They didn't raise an arm to just few days ago.
That is members of the House of Assembly.
Sure.
They did raise an alarm a few days ago.
I say, but he was kidnapped since
December 24.
Yes, December 24, more than 1 month. So they are complicit. I'm even suspecting that maybe some people are happy with what happened.
About his demise? Why would anyone be happy about that?
If you know that other party he belongs to, understand me? It's not other party it's not the ruling party in the state, and this year is election year in Anambra. Understand?
So it seems it could be a threat to some people.
Certainly.
I want to actually focus more on Ebonyi, where this particular suspect has been found. You know, the reports are that he's been tortured and that he's actually providing names of the individuals whom he claimed were involved in the attack. Not just individuals, but people who seemingly paid them to carry out these attacks. With these names being mentioned, which we do not know about, how do we know that security agencies will actually go after these names to explain why they had to unleash such mayhem on the community?
We shouldn't go that route.
Why not?
It will be wrong going that route.
How then do we catch the people responsible for these attacks?
It shouldn't. The guy is under torture. The guy is being tortured, and when somebody is being tortured, yesterday or 2 days ago was that's what International Day. That's abhorring torture anywhere. The guy is being tortured. And when somebody that is under torture, he can say anything just to save his life or to go free. So I'm not going to rely on any names that he is given. It could come out of fear. Herdsmen attack Ebonyi State. I expect herdsmen to be arrested, not an indigene of the area. Understand me? I expect herdsmen to be arrested. I expect the names that will be mentioned to be Fulani names.
But now that we do not know the names, how do we know where these people will be from? Actually, members of the community had complained that these herders launched a fresh attack on them, forcing more residents of the community to flee. This was after security agents had visited the community and then left.
And assured them of protection.
So, they actually even complained that some security agents seized their phones after the carnage happened, so that they were unable to record and report the incident. So how then do we know the spate of what's really happening? I know that the reports coming from there are correct.
That shows you compromise and complicity.
Compromise and complicity on the part of whom? The people who are meant to protect the people, or the community members?
I have said it over and over that the military in the southeast are not there to protect the citizens. They are not there to protect the citizens. Then why are you seizing their distant phones so that it will not be put that's on the? For me, I don't believe that that person is even a suspect.
All right. The Ebonyi state government has deployed a number of policemen and the state security outfits known as Ibubeago to the community to ensure maximum security while investigation continues to unravel those who are behind the gruesome attack. Now, in this situation, right, recently, about a year or two ago, Ibubeago was dismantled in Ebonyi State. So the government now actually engaging the services of these same disbanded security outfit to protect the people. How does that work? How can people be assured of protection with what has happened after these attacks?
Well, when the former governor of Ebonyi State, Dave Umahi, was promised presidency, and he decamped from PDP to APC, he opened Ebonyi to Fundanese. Understand me? He opened Ebonyi State to Fundanese. They were coming, understand me, en masse because he want to favor Buhari and his northern people. It is that same people that are causing this mayhem. So when something happens, we should trace the origin. Understand me? We should trace the origin. Then he was the chairman of the Southeast Governors Forum when the issue of Ibubeago was being formed. He said that he's not in support of it. That was the main reason Ibubeago was disbanded. So I wonder where this new Ibubeago is coming from, because Anambra has moved on by forming their own security outfit.
So each state should now have their own security outfit to protect their citizens. At the end of the day, wouldn't we have so many security outfits out there that it's difficult to keep track of them and know which ones are genuine or not?
Thanks to Dave Umahi and Hope Ozadema, the northern agents in the southeast.
Dave Umahi is a northern agent in the southeast. What could be the agenda?
Because he was promised the president, so he has to do their bidding.
When you look at it in that way, how then will the people actually get rid of insecurity in their regions, right? Because the people who are meant to protect them are not doing what they ought to be doing.
Well, the issue is to form vigilant associations, but the truth is that you cannot have a cutlass and confront somebody with AK-47 and other sophisticated. Understand me? So that's why I'm calling, and I'll still call for the Fulani herdsmen to be disarmed, because you cannot you cannot have a cutlass or a knife and somebody's coming to attack you with an assault. It doesn't match at all. So if federal government fail to disarm these herdsmen, what is happening will continue to happen. And disarming them is the only sign that this government is really ready to fight insecurity.
Some are of the opinion that the incarceration of Simon Ekpa and the release of Nnamdi Kanu, if it does happen, would actually reduce the incidences of insecurity in the East. Recently, the deputy speaker called for his release, and so did Afenifere. You did listen to that voice note of Chief Oladipo Olaiton, who is deputy national leader of the group.
On that, he spoke like a statesman. The truth is that federal government has nothing against Nnamdi Kanu. And I have said that Nnamdi Kanu is supposed to be the prosecutor of this case, because injustice was done on him. He was kidnapped from Kenya. He was abducted from Kenya. Diplomatic channels were never used. Understand me? This is the same thing that Buhari did to Umaru Diko in 1984. Buhari sent people to London to go and kidnap Diko, who was Shehu Shagari's Minister of Transportation. So it is Nnamdi Kanu that's supposed to be prosecuting federal government. It is Nnamdi Kanu that's supposed to be suing federal government. But because they know that what they did there is illegal, they have nothing on him. And since they have nothing on him, they should allow him to go. Because even if they keep him for 20 years, they cannot convict him based on any concrete evidence, because they have none. And if they have, they will have jailed him long time ago.
All right. While we're looking at our own internal issues, let's also go outside the shores of Nigeria. There is a threat, a threat of imminent impeachment on United States President Donald Trump, as a Texas representative has filed impeachment articles against him over his plan for the United States to take over the Gaza Strip. Now, he made this announcement when Netanyahu visited him. And what do you actually think of, Trump's plan to take over Gaza and relocate the citizens of Gaza to Egypt and Jordan? Egypt and Jordan are not happy about this, but Trump insists on going ahead with this. Do you think that this impeachment proceedings is something that will go through at all, considering how many days he spent in office?
This is just noise making.
Is noise making? Trump has been really quite what many people will call radical in his reforms and policies recently.
This is called disruptive innovation. Understand me? This is called disruptive innovation. If you are coming into power and the system that you inherited is not good, you have to shake up things. You have to shake up things. You shouldn't continue with the same. Understand me? When Biden was in power, opinion polls showed that 70% of Americans believed that the country was heading in the wrong direction. 70%. So there's no way Donald Trump will have come and continue on that same path. So he has to shake up things, and it's good that he shake it early enough. Understand me? And this is what I had expected that Tinubu would have done when he became president. Understand me?
But he did take his own decisive actions as well, subsidy and removal of that. When you look at what Trump is doing on the international scene, some see it, as you just called it, disruptive, right? But is it disruptive in a negative way or in a positive way?
Disruptive innovation, bringing new things.
There are also, what one would call negative innovations, right? Now, when you look at it that way, Trump wants to take over the Panama Canal. Trump wants to take over Greenland from Denmark. Trump wants to relocate Gaza residents. They don't want to go where he wants to relocate them to. The people who are there do not even want them. One would say that
you don't allow your enemy to be around you.
Who are the enemies in this case?
Hamas. Understand me? If
Hamas a threat to the United States?
To Israel. Understand me? So what Trump wants to do is to safeguard Israel, so that what happened in 7th of October will not, 2023 will not happen again. Understand me? So he just wants to protect Israel, because those people are always uneven. Understand me? So for me, no matter how anybody sees this, there's always two sides to a coin. Trump has his advisors. He doesn't take decisions alone.
Trump doesn't take decisions alone, and he has his advisors. Would you say his advisors are advising him in the right direction? Tim Walz, who was running mate to Kamala Harris, posted on X a few days ago that Elon Musk is a very terrible president. Something that way. Like it's Elon Musk that's actually running the government, and Trump is the one who's at the forefront.
Tim Walz is the most unpopular vice presidential candidate that America has ever had. He should be ashamed of himself.
Let's come back home to Nigeria, where the special advisor to President Bola Tinubu on media and policy communications, that's Daniel Him-Bwala, has said the president has comfort that Nigerians will vote for him in 2027. He stated this during an interview with a television station earlier today. He says that Nigerians already know that the president was tackling all challenges and addressing our concerns. So the president is sure that he has nothing to worry about and he will definitely win a second term. What could be responsible for these assurances, especially with the kind of complaints that Nigerians have been making recently, the different taxation here and there, and the hike in the prices of everything, food items, petrol, transportation, and others?
Well, in the Bible, I consider Joshua a wise man, because when he was leading the Jews in the wilderness, he said, I and my household, understand, will serve God. He didn't say the Israelites, because he know that he did not have control of the Israelites. So what Bwala should have said is that he and his family will vote Buhari. Understand? Because I know
President Tinubu.
For President Tinubu, because I know that mine and my own household will not vote. Understand me? So he has control over his own family, not even the next family. Understand me? So he can only talk of his own family, because now he is getting his stomach infrastructure. That's why he has been betraying everybody. Understand me? So he is happy that he is getting his own stomach infrastructure, but he shouldn't speak on behalf of Nigerians. He can only speak of his own family.
But what I'm actually more concerned about is what's behind such confidence, right? Several different APC governors have also been talking about how they will take over their states in 2027 for the ruling party. And there have also been allegations of the APC trying to buy out other opposition political candidates. You heard what Atiku said about opposition leaders being paid 50 million naira each to sabotage their parties in favor of the ruling party. So what could be behind such, such confidence?
The issue is every politician is an incurable optimist. Understand? Every politician. So even somebody who cannot win his ward will tell you that he is going to win the state. So that's one of the hallmarks of people who are into this politics. So they should be expressing confidence, but I know that in their hearts of hearts, they are jittery. And I'm telling anybody who cares that to hear, if a coalition comes in, no magic will save them.
But is this coalition coming in? You heard what Peter Obi said about how he's not interested in a coalition to grab power.
I say if. I say if. So APC in their heart of heart are jittery. Understand me? That if the leading figures now become one, Tinubu cannot even win his own state. I'm assuring them.
While we are banking on if, Nigerians are actually hoping that there would be that force that would bring them out of this APC administration when 2027 comes. But is the opposition ready for that? Look at what's happening with the PDP and how their internal wranglings, to many political analysts, have not allowed them be that kind of opposition that they ought to be in Nigerian polity of today.
From the last quarter of 2025, you will see what is going to happen in the country.
What are you predicting is going to happen in the country?
The people in disarray now, even people in APC, there's crisis in APC. Understand me? There's crisis in APC. There's crisis in every party in the country. But I know that the disgruntled elements in APC will join the opposition. Now, Erufai is talking, Amechi is talking. More people will still start talking.
Are you expecting Erufai to leave the APC anytime soon? Because this is an in-house opposition as stands now.
that was what was happening in PDP in 2013 and 14.
Some people are saying it's because he's not a part of this administration, and that's why he's criticizing the government so much. And maybe if he's pacified before 2027 comes, he might speak in favor of the president again.
I say by the quarter of 2025, people disgruntled elements in APC will rise, and there will be a coalition that will contend with the APC in 2027.
All right, then. We wait until then. You have been listening to the World News at 12 right here on Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Just before we wrap up, we'll take a look at the top stories again. You heard that a missing Anambra lawmaker has been found deceased. The Deputy Speaker Fenifere called for Nnamdi Kanu's release. INEC presents no witnesses as PDP insists on Okpebholo's removal, and Trump signs other barring trans athletes from women's sports. And that is a wrap on the World News at 12. My name is Chioma Innocent. Thank you so much for joining me, Mr. Peter.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Good afternoon, and thank you for listening.
Please note, the views and opinions expressed on this program solely those of